Medicaid expansion is one of the topics on the state legislative agenda this year. Do you think this is something state lawmakers should be considering?
I support Governor Deal's position, which was not to expand Medicaid in Georgia, and I think that's the right decision. Because the president only promises the federal government to offset the cost for 3 years, and then the full burden falls on the state. So it's an unfulfilled promise that will raise taxes and raise costs to the taxpayer.
Did the Iowa caucus results surprise you?
Surprise is not the right word. I was excited. I was excited that Republicans had such a huge turnout. I was excited that we had new faces emerge, not just Trump and not just Cruz, but Marco Rubio did an outstanding job. I think New Hampshire is going to be equally as exciting, and I think the field is going to begin to willow down pretty fast. Rand Paul dropped out today, and Huckabee dropped out yesterday, so the numbers will dwindle, which will raise the intensity of the competition of the race.
Top Army and Marine Corps generals say they believe all women should have to register for the draft now that combat jobs are open to them. The military service leaders say they will not lower standards to bring women into the more grueling jobs. They told the Senate Armed Services Committee that it will take up to 3 years before the combat posts are fully integrated. Do you think women should register for the draft?
Well, we don't have a draft right now. You have a registration system where when you turn 18, you sign in, but you're not signing up for a draft. You're just acknowledging that you've turned 18 and you would be eligible if there was one. The Joint Chiefs and the administration have talked about women being eligible for combat, so if a woman decided they wanted to sign up and volunteer, that would be fine, but there's not a draft where they'll be drafted.
President Barack Obama plans to cut American troops numbers from the current 9,800 to 5,500 before he leaves office. Obama backtracked from his initial plan to reduce the force to 1,000 by the end of 2016. Do you think cutting troops is the right move to secure Afghanistan and fight terror?
I have one of my staff members who's in the Army National Guard who's been called up for 6 months to go to Afghanistan, so I get firsthand reports from him almost every day. And our troops there, they're about 9,800, are doing a great job of training the Afghan Army, but there's a long way to go before they're in the position they could take it over for themselves. So I support leaving the troops that are there, focusing on training the Afghan leadership so they can carry the battle themselves, but it's going to take years to get that finished.